You be the preacher, would you be my what's the done? I still got a lot of shit to learn, I'll admit it. What's the done?
Hi guys, it's me, Julia, and welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to share my riding story with you guys. And my story actually starts in Germany when I was 6 years old. This is the first time I ever sat on a horse. My mom booked me this package of 5 riding lessons over summer. This was during vacation. I went to visit my grandparents who lived in the countryside. So I took those 5 Western riding lessons, which were super fun. I really enjoyed it. But because we sadly lived in the city and not in the countryside, there weren't any stables close by, and I had to stop riding. And I actually didn't continue riding until we moved all the way over here to the UAE around 4 years later. So this was actually one of my first riding lessons here in the UAE, and I'm the one on the white pony. Here I was around 10 years old, so 4 years after my first riding lessons in Germany. And fun fact, this yard is actually the same yard I am at right now with Luna. And oh my god, over there, that's my sister on that bay pony. She was riding with me as well a couple years back, but then she stopped. And here you see me again on the white pony. I was super proud actually because I was the only one who wasn't getting led on by a groom with the lead rope, and I was actually trotting by myself. Here we have a lesson that was outdoor. I was riding a horse called Jungle Boy. I still see him in the lessons with other kids all the time up to this day. It always reminds me of my old riding days. Here I'm riding a horse called Hotline, which I also still see all the time. We were practicing sitting trot. These videos make me laugh. I think at this point I was riding for like 6 months. And yeah, I was just taking group lessons with a bunch of other kids. Oh my god, this video over here was one of my first ever videos of me cantering. Oh my god. I remember I used to hate cantering, no joke, because I couldn't sit the canter at all. I would be so bouncy on the horse and lose my balance, and I used to legit hate it and tell my mom, if I ever have my first horse, I don't even need to canter. Trotting is fine. Like, yeah, it was quite funny. Oh my god, yeah, you see me bounce around quite a lot. And at the end of our lessons, we were always allowed to lead the horses back into their stables and untack them, and that was always so much fun to me because we were actually not allowed to tack them up, we were only allowed to untack. And yeah, here you see me struggling with the school pony. Oh my god, I tried to get the pony to walk forward. Eventually it worked. I rode this pony quite a bit and I really loved him. He taught me quite a bit about stubborn school horses. But I mean, he helped me improve quite a bit as well. So here we were supposed to canter over some poles, and for some reason he kept on falling back into trot at this exact pole. So I tried again, I started cantering, I went over the first pole, continued over the second pole, and over the third pole, and at this pole I could never get it right. He kept on falling back into trot. Here I was riding Hotline again, which was also one of my favorites. We were having a smaller group lesson here with only 3 people. And here I think I was already in like the advanced group. And we were practicing half seat during canter to prepare for learning how to jump. So these few lessons over here are right before we started learning how to jump. This yard had several like levels that you had to move up to, and the jumping team was like the last level you could get to. And this here I was in like the level before learning how to jump, so I was super excited and like always trying my best to be ready for jumping. This horse over here is called Blackjack. He was also one of my favorites. I had a few favorite horses, but I remember always going up to my trainer and asking to ride Blackjack because he was such a sweetheart, the typical schoolmaster, and I loved him to death. And here I think I was already riding for a year now. Oh my god, this is one of my first times ever jumping. again on blackjack, and this was super fun. I loved learning how to jump. Keep in mind, these are a few of my first ever jumps, so I wasn't very good. But these videos make me so happy, and back then I was super happy watching back on these after my lessons because I used to think like this was super high. And shortly after this, I actually moved stables to over here, Mandara Equestrian Club. And this horse is called Armani. He was also a schoolmaster type of horse, and this is my first time jumping like 90 centimeters, and I was super excited about it. This barn and this trainer really helped me to get my confidence up and to jump bigger jumps because this yard had quite good school horses that were great for learning how to jump. This horse here is called Athena, and this was my first time ever jumping like above a meter, I think, or 1 meter. So I remember this lesson, and this was super fun. This horse really took you to the jumps. And as I continue riding over here at the stable, I was jumping more. I was learning how to jump little courses. I rode quite a lot of different horses, different school horses. Oh my god, this is Calimero. This horse, I cannot count how many times I have fallen off him. You will see, this horse overjumped almost everything. He either overjumped or he would stop. And I fell off I fell off every time he stopped, and you will see, like, this horse, he just taught me so much. I think there's gonna be a video where I fall off any moment. Like, look at that. And here, I was still a beginner jumping. Oh, this is it. Watch here. Whoop. I completely flopped over. I remember my glasses, like, fell off, and I was, like, looking for them everywhere. It was not very fun. Like, I actually kind of hurt because I landed on the jump stands. Ooh. But yeah, it was, as I said, I learned a lot from this horse. I rode him quite a bit as well. Shortly after this ride, I actually met Salitas, and I think I've spoken about him before. Some of you guys might know him because he is the horse I created my Instagram account with, or for. He was a horse, I rode him for a year and a half. He was like my soulmate at that time. I rode him 3 times a week. I wanted to buy him. This is actually the first time I ever rode him. From this ride, I just completely fell in love with him, and I always begged my trainer if I could ride him. At this point, he was, I think, 11 years old. He was a Hanoverian. I did my first few shows with him. He has brought me from jumping like this height to jumping like 120. He was definitely one of those horses that never stopped at any jumps. He would jump at any stride. He would jump any height. Like, this horse could jump 120 with a complete beginner, probably. Like, he was a typical schoolmaster. And as you can see now, I have started to jump a bit higher, a little bit over a meter. And it was always super, super fun with him. And he gave me a lot of confidence. And he also took me to my very first ever competition. This was a little training show we did. I think it was like 80, no, not even, like 60, 70 centimeters tall. This was my first time ever competing. And we actually had a clear round, and he was so awesome. After this, I swore I begged my parents every day to buy him, but he was just too expensive, and at this point, we were never, like, I was never expecting to get a horse at all. And yeah, this was a very fun experience. Here are some other clips I just found of me and him doing some flat work. He taught me much more than just jumping. Of course, we also did a lot of dressage work. And you can really see my riding has improved quite a bit since I started riding him. I rode him for about a year and a half, 2 years. And yeah, I completely fell in love with him. I always went to a stable afterwards. I cleaned him. I sometimes came on the weekends when I didn't ride just to hand walk him and clean him and brush him, and I bought a bunch of tack for him. And then I put these last few clips in of my last few rides on him to just really show you guys how much I have improved riding this horse. These last few jumps are all around like 120, and you can see my position has gotten a lot better. This is actually the last time I rode him before I bought Luna, so around 2 years ago. And by the way, I also did my first ever national/affiliated show with him, and this is this video over here, which was like the most amazing experience for me ever. Riding in this beautiful grass arena in complete show wear. I owe him a lot, and I just want to thank him again for everything he has taught me. He is truly a once-in-a-lifetime horse, other than Luna, of course, and I really hope that all of you guys meet one of those horses that just teaches you the most possible things they can teach you. He just honestly gave my riding story the perfect transition into Luna. After riding him, I just felt super ready to finally own a horse. And then, yeah, this is it, guys. After him, I received Luna, and I'm super, super thankful, especially to my parents, that I was able to finally get my first horse. And then I think you guys know the rest of the story. I've had Luna for 2.5 years now, and she truly is my soul horse and my once-in-a-lifetime horse. She has taught me everything that I know up till this day. We have shown quite a bit together. She's given me the confidence to show up until 110, 115. And if you guys want to see one of those transformation videos with me and Luna, me talking about mine and Luna's story, and talking about her injury and everything we've had to go through lately, then I will gladly make a video about that too, if you guys are interested, of course. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I love you all so much. We are close to 2,000 subscribers. And yeah, see you guys soon. Bye!
The preacher, would you be my Mr. Dun, 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 dun. I still got a lot of shit to learn.